Subscribers, your video is ready. Hello, LGBTQ plus DL men, women who secretly love us and support us. And if you don't identify with any of those labels, you're still free to subscribe to the channel. Did I say that right? Anyway, I was thinking about this video and I was thinking, you know how you know how the boys or the girls without hair, they always do like the invisible touch. They be like, you know what? It's been a long time. Like, even though I have long hair, I don't ever recall myself, besides the time that you just seen me do it, like ever doing that after I have like long hair. Like, I think that is a awesome TikTok video. So this is the food that I purchased yesterday. We have some chicken thighs. It's a small pack. And then, have you ever seen these? These are called bustin' butt steak, but they're like a part of the pork shoulder. But yeah, Boston butts is what we used to call them as a child. When I was a child, that's when I learned how to grill. That's what I learned how to grill. Boston butt pork steaks, and then some pork ribs, and yeah, so there's also some Roger Woods. I don't know if y'all have ever ate Roger Woods before. So as you can see, we'll be outside soon. Sinead Harnett, or I guess you can say Sinead, her name. She liked my post under one of her videos, and it's a song that, like, when I listened to it, I was like, oh my goodness, that is just such an amazing song. Like, there just seemed to be this spiritual knowing behind the song. Like, there seemed to be like something spiritual about the song. So when I first heard it, it was kind of like I was in a place of like well, I think I should let y'all hear the song first and then explain it. I give you my body, just don't tell nobody. When I first heard the song, it was like during the time where I think that, I'll say this, I think that every twin flame, and for you that do not know or are new to the channel, I identify as a psychic medium. I awaken spiritually, like fully awaken, after I became aware of my twin flame. Like, I think that they were all, like, spirit was always present in my life, right? But I think that I truly awakened after I became aware of my twin flame. And so with that being said, the song, it also is kind of like a representation of like spirit being present and you being obedient. Like, I give you my body. Oh. Like, you give someone, you give spirit your body to be used as a vessel to deliver messages from the divine. So in short, that's what it meant for me spiritually, or that's how I received it spiritually. Now, I also want to say that she made a post about being like feeling as if her TikTok was like shadow banned, and I also want to say that Nikki had spoke about that happening to her Instagram, and recently she had went live on Instagram, and I don't remember receiving a notification for her live video. But there was some information that I felt like was specifically for me. Like there was just information that I felt like the universe is like, yeah, this information is directly for you. So, um, hopefully, um, I was wanting to untwist my hair like in the style that I had it in. I was wanting to take the style down after I received the Pink Friday nails, but from where they are being shipped from, I'm understanding why they have taken the time that they have taken to arrive. I understand why they're taking quite some time to arrive. But yeah. I wanted to say that I noticed that when people clean their meat in the sink, there is always like sometimes there are people that comment and be like, "Oh, why you like? Oh, I want to eat over their house because they cleaning their meat or their like fresh raw meat in the sink." And I think like a lot of people think that it's just the hood thing to do, or like black households are known to do that, like to keep from dirtying up, to keep from dirtying dishes and having to use dish liquid to wash out. It's like more cost efficient, girl. Because when you living on the hood end, I think it's like if I were to say it in a kind way, it's like the cheaper way to live, I guess. But not really, because But anyway, we're good over here. My great aunt, she keeps things stocked up. You know how older people, they enjoy shopping. Most of them do. Well, at least the how I was raised. But anyway, I wanted to say that like I did some research. I enjoyed it. I do some research real quick on somebody now. Do some research, and the research was saying that when you when you cook food, the heat kills off bacteria. And so, you know, I always kind of wonder why people make it such a big like a big deal about people cleaning their meat um, in the sink. I mean, I kind of wonder why people like why people like to comment on people's food and they're not eating at their house. Like they just feel the need to comment. Like I understand, like there's cleaner ways to do things. There's more health efficient ways to do things. So maybe they're trying to be helpful, but it just kind of seems like why? Like why would a person want to comment on another person cleaning their meat on the in the sink, but they'll still watch the video. Um, yeah, but the heat kills off the bacteria. For anybody that probably didn't know or wanted to know. I also had my hair like this because I was planning on filming something and I wanted a character that kind of um I wouldn't say resemble, right? But I will say that if there was like a theme of a kind of like a theme of a character, it would kind of be like Catherine Pierce from the Vampire Diaries. Give me the water. Do any of you like the Vampire Diaries? I love the Vampire Diaries. Um, and so, um, it kind of, I think that I wanted to speak about how I haven't had communication with a lot of. So, I kind of had my hair like this not only for um, waiting for the Pink Friday nails to come in, but also because I was going to experiment with creating a character um, that kind of like, I wouldn't say resembled, but I would say kind of like the theme of Catherine Pierce. Like, but um, it, you know, hey Elena, like kind of like, do y'all like the Vampire Diaries? I love it. And I always wanted to. I had wanted for so long to be, like, to be a part of the Vampire Diaries, more than just a fan of the show, but to actually be on the show. I was like, oh my goodness, I would just love it. But the show has ended, but it's still a great show if you would like to watch it. Now, I'll say that, like, I have so many ideas that I would love to create, but the it would be I think that it would have to I know that it would have to be more than just myself in the process of making this idea. Not just with the characters, but you know, possibly with filming and things like that. And so, because I haven't had communication as much with people in the past, and I'm not sure maybe where our relationship stands now. I've been hesitant about reaching out to friends about that, and especially with the idea that I want to create, it being I want it to be like it be more centered around gay and supernatural. Like, I think that there are so many mainstream shows that are already um what you call it, like they're mainstream and heterosexual, and I had an idea of creating something on, like, a web series that was um based around homosexual characters. um yeah, and I seasoned the meat, girl. And even though it just has season on it, is that considered marinating? Anyway, um, the character that I created, like, I have some friends that I wanted to contact. Like, I was thinking, like, oh, maybe I could start off with just me and another friend, and to create these two characters and kind of display some spiritual knowledge within the web series. But I think that when I think about creating things, I always think about, like, the grandeur of it, like the um it in its complete form, like, not like a low budget type of way. And I think that right now, especially with me filming on my iPhone and needing a camera, having transportation, and but wanting my own vehicle, and just other things financially, I've because I wanted to just be the biggest. Like, of course, it's two houses here, but there's actually another property that I was thinking about and wanting to purchase a home for, so I could do my filming, like, like some movie filming, but it be for YouTube. Anyway, I'm still thinking about contacting my friends, and the reason that I brought up it being about um, homosexual, like, relationship, kind of like homosexual and supernatural, like witches that are anyway. I don't want to spill too much tea, but I probably will do another video. So stay tuned if you want to know about this. But anyway, um, what was I going to? Oh, the friends that I were going to ask, some of them they have children, and I'm not sure how they would feel about filming in something like that, knowing that they have children and their children may one day see it. But I think that, in the same sense, it's kind of like, even though my mom raised me and wanted me to be heterosexual, and I was raised by a Christian household that believed in female and male relationships, I still chose, I wouldn't even say chose, but I still was attracted to men. Like, there was nothing that could have had me choose anything different, because even if I were to choose a female, like, it wouldn't be living in truth. And because the universe is truth, that would mean that I am misaligned with the truth of who I am. But anyway, um I do have some people. I have plenty of people that I could ask, but I know the two main characters being both male, I would love for, you know, I would love to play one of the characters. But just to give you a little insight, one of the characters kind of has like a doppelganger, kind of like a twin. And doppelgangers are known to be like, what do they call it? Doppelgangers are known to be like, or the myth behind doppelgangers are that they have twin like features, and they're one of them is always trying to, they don't one of them doesn't like the other one, right? And yeah, but that's enough about that. But anyway, I thought that I would share that with you. And I think, oh, I know the reason why I was speaking about that. It's because I have, sometimes I'll pop into someone's like Instagram live or their TikTok live, and I'll try to have conversations with them. And I think that a lot of them get caught up in only communicating with people that they are used to communicating with, like the friends that they have already made, the friends that are already fame worthy. And so that's sometimes frustrating, right? But then I think about how maybe in some ways I'm not noticing that I have people like that in my life. Like, maybe I have friends that want to do similar things, and I'm, maybe because I'm not asking them, you know, maybe they don't know because I'm not asking, or I'm not, speaking about it. But I think that I've had so many ideas, like creating like a boys trip that is kind of like with gay characters. I think that straight people or heterosexual people, they have enough shows. Like, and then when we try to create our one little show with gay people in it, they be like, hell no, that is not a guy. They're going to hell. I think that a lot of people, or a lot of my friends, they think of me as kind of like the comedic relief, but I really enjoy like those sentimental type of scenes, or those kind of like, those scenes that draw you in. But they kind of think of me as the like how Tiffany Haddish was in the girls trip, and let me tell you something, bitch, like that. I know I spoke about earlier about having a camera, like, but I have the camera that was purchased from TikTok Shop. Yet it isn't like the type of camera for the quality of video that I'm looking for. So yeah, and there's something tied to that I want to speak about, and I hope I don't forget it. But I think also I wanted to speak about how I y'all remember y'all know JT got that song, or she has something about Hood Cinderella or something like that. And what is weird about that is because I sent Todrick Hall a message about a couple, maybe like last week or the week before last, about a theater project that I had. And it was centered around, or the theme of this theater project was around Cinderella, but a male character playing Cinderella. And although it ventured different from the origin of the story, it was kind of similar in so many ways. Um, but what I realized is that a lot of times when I have ideas, they're connected to things that just are like their future, like something about them is connected to the future, or like it's just could be something that hasn't come out. And so a lot of times I have those different that ain't even a word. I have different or difficult time releasing these ideas that I've wanted to create, because I realize that they are somewhat close to manifestations that haven't come out yet. But I think that being a medium, you also understand that it's a part of the collective. Like you realize that you're a part of the collective, so it isn't like wrong to have these ideas. And I think I'm trying to separate the shame, or the guilt of knowing that I'm a medium and still wanting to create things that are in alignment with things that are coming out. So I think I'm trying to separate that guilt, right? So yeah. Um, but Todrick was saying things within his life that he was going through his own financial things in his life, you know? And so, without saying so much about his experience, because his experience is his experience, and um, sending him, sending him guiding light to relief on his journey. But I think in the video, I kind of was saying things like, "Oh, you have connections and things like that." But I also realized that I'm divinely connected. I have connections. I have connections to source that some people haven't awakened to. Um, but we all need each other in some type of way, right? So I I'll allow it to be that way. I'm not sure if he's seen the video, but I'm sure that some I'm sure that celebrities see my video, because as you see, Sinead her name was she commented, she commented under my comment, so you know that it's seen. And I also think that Nikki saw a comment of mine. She had to seen that video that I posted, and maybe she just didn't want to. You know, I know that some celebrities are big on energy, and I know some celebrities are connected in a way that it's kind of like you just have that knowing that you're connected, or you just have that knowing that some celebs are connected, even though they may not verbally say it in the way of, like, they may not be like out and open saying, "Oh, I'm a medium," or "I'm clairvoyant," or "I'm claircognizant." They say it in so many ways. Um, yeah. And if she didn't see it, it just seemed very close to some things that I said in a past video. She just spoke about being under the weather, and it was like the same thing that I was saying prior to when I made that video and tagged her in it on Twitter. And she didn't comment or anything, but it's just like her saying that was kind of like, yeah, I saw your video. Thank you. It was kind of like a thank you, you know? So I allow that to be what it is. I wanted to go to the I wanted to go to the show in Charlotte, and I'm not sure if there's I'm not sure if there are any spots left. I think that it's kind of like a lot of people like to bring up the awards, and like, oh, they don't have this but this many Grammys and things like that. Like, I'm so past putting other people down to be up. You know what I'm saying? At least I try to be as far away as possible from being that way as possible. But I think that in some sense, being within social media or being on social media, you also have to be somewhat prideful and or somewhat excited about your achievements. Like, it's okay to be happy that you are achieving that, you know. So anyway, I have also seasoned the ribs, the pork ribs, and seasoning the chicken. And there's something else that I'm wanting to talk about in this before I close this part of the video out. I realized that a lot of times it's easy to make mistakes with things that we say. And I've sort of ventured from being how I was in the past with how would I phrase it, like being I would I call it being analytical or being conscious about word choice. You know, there isn't like a deniance that words help us to manifest, but in this world that we live in and that we have created certain experiences and things like that, it's kind of like when we say things and we're not like 100% truthful in the moment, and we don't realize that we're not 100% truthful, it's kind of like this wondering, are we actually being forgiven instantly? But at the same time, if we were just being forgiven instantly for like making a mistake, there wouldn't be karma, right? Like, if you know, but there has to be kind of like, it's kind of like with kids. Kids have to be corrected, right? And so the karma is like a correction in a way to get us to notice what we have said, you know. It's kind of, I explain it later. So I'm coming out here and I know it's like pollen and stuff like that, so I'm like, let me and I didn't want this stuff in my hair, you know, or whatever, so I was like, let me put this stuff on. But anyway, I'm gonna let Chloe out and we're gonna talk in a little bit. I was thinking about using the fire pit grill, but it hasn't been used in a while, and I would have to cover up the metal, or not metal, but what would the steel racking with aluminum foil probably. I'm wondering, can it be painted or restored? Yeah, it was trash burned there and stuff. So here we have the grill, and I'm going to do some cleaning of it. Allow Chloe to run around. Yeah, I saw something about when they drag their butt across the ground, that it could be their food. So I had no clue, that they would do that if the food is like, if they have like a reaction to the food or something like that. So it could be the food. She has gained weight now. Like father, like daughter. She has gained weight. And yeah, we're just gonna continue to clean this grill. And I was trying to get the charcoal ready and stuff like that. And I was unsure if we had what did they call it? Like lighter fluid, but we did. So I finally got something going on the grill. It's lit up. Gotta let it cool down a little bit. Not even cool down, but let the fire burn down a little bit. Don't know if you can see it, but it's going. It had been a while since I grilled, but you can see that the coals are white. So it started really, cooking, but it wasn't like overburned, and it looks good. So you covered in pollen. Get down, cause you covered in pollen, girl. And want to rub our love on me, girl, covered in pollen. Covered. Here I'm going to clean off the racks, so that way when it's used again, it'll be ready to. And also because the grill is, or the smoker is still warm, it can kind of like cook off the coolness or whatever, and whatever fresh burns that the grill racks have on them can be rinsed off or washed off. I wanted to spray Chloe's ass because she had all that pollen on her. But hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and until we see each other again, toodaloo, I love you.